Hi, welcome to another episode of I Can Alteryx That with coaches Alex and John. I'm John. Today, we're going to cover Alteryx Weekly Challenge number 218, Car Sales Reporting. Let's get started. Alright, so in this challenge, our goal is to take the starting dataset, which contains 50 different records of buyer's location, the type of vehicle, and the sale price of the vehicle. And we want to convert that information into this report right here. Has a map that's color-coded according to the type of vehicle, and then below that shows a table of the average sale price and the number of vehicles sold for each of the 4 vehicle types. So overall, this is a pretty easy challenge, but there are a couple tricky things that I think a lot of people might not be familiar with. So let's just go ahead and make our map first. We don't have to do anything to the data. Let's go to the Reporting Tool palette, grab the Report Map tool, and connect it. So the first thing I'm going to do is set the reference base map to Alteryx Lite. Then let's go to the Data tab. We only have one data connection, number 1, so we'll click on that. Our spatial field is buyer's location. And then we have these 3 things down here. So thematic field is where we're going to get the different colors for the legend from. So for that, we're going to set type of vehicle. And if we were just to run this right now, let it run for a moment. Click on the browse and we'll click on report. You'll notice that we get a map of all of our points, but they're not colored. So there's one extra step that we have to take. If we go back to the report map tool, go to the layers tab. We want to add a new layer, points layer number 1. And then if we expand number 1 right here, first of all, on style, let's make the point style, instead of a diamond, we'll make it a circle, which is the first option. And under theme, by default, it gives you a smart tile. And this actually requires a numeric field to work. So we'll change tile method from smart tile to unique value. And color method from ramp to map. And now you'll see if we run this, it's going to give each unique value from our thematic field a different color from that ramp. And you can see here we've got our map, and that looks just like the map that we've got up here. So it looks like we've got our map in place. Although I don't see a legend, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. I think that'll show up later. So now let's go ahead and make this summary table. So again, we want the average sale price and the number sold per vehicle type. So that should be pretty easy to do. Grab a summarize tool, group by type of vehicle. We will count the type of vehicle and we will take the average sale price. And I'll put that in the right order. Let's go ahead and browse on that. Make sure the numbers all match what they should. Okay, compact 1155, yeah, 11, 12, 14. Yeah, these all look good. All right, so now the next thing that we need to do, you notice in the summary table, all these dollar values are in like a nice currency format. $, decimal, or thousands, separators, and so on. So next thing I want to do is format our average sale price to match that. So we'll call this new column average sale price, all spelled out just like in the table. And the nice trick here is we can use the toString function. You see this? We got X, which is our numeric field. The second option is the number of decimals. And then these last 2 are optional. Add thousand separator and add decimal separators. So if I put in our average sale price, number of decimals is 2. And if I put another comma in and the number 1, that's telling me to add the thousand separator. And you can see in this data preview, there's no comma, and now there is. So all I have to do now is just concatenate a $sign to the front, and there is our formatted currency. Pretty cool trick that I don't think a lot of people are familiar with. You know, it's not a very common thing to have to do. All right, so now one more thing I'm noticing is we have the field count, but in here it's called vehicles sold. So let's go back to the summarize tool and we'll just rename that to vehicles sold. Okay, so now let's go ahead and convert this table right here to the format that we see there. And we actually have to use a transpose and a crosstab in conjunction with one another to do that. So first we're going to grab a transpose tool. Our key columns, we're going to take type of vehicle. I'm going to deselect my numeric average sale price and just leave our vehicle sold and the string currency formatted sale price that we just did. And you'll see now, once this finishes running, we've got our type of vehicle column, our name column, which represents the two different values that we want to see, and our value column. So now we'll grab a crosstab tool. We'll group by type of vehicle. Our column headers will come from the name column. Oh, pardon me. Nope, backwards. Group by the name column. Column headers will be type of vehicle, and values will be value. And we'll just select concatenate it. It shouldn't matter at all what we choose there. So you might be wondering why we had to do this whole transpose crosstab process. Why not just jump straight to the crosstab? The reason for that is if you look at the original data set, we have two different columns here, vehicles sold and average sale price. But in the crosstab, we can only take values from one column at a time. So we had to use the transpose tool to put all of our numeric, I shouldn't say numeric because one's a string, but all of the values that we want to see need to be in one column so that we can use the crosstab effectively. So a pretty neat little trick there. But now let's go ahead and finish up the process. Go back to the reporting tool palette, grab a report table, or just a table. We shouldn't need to do anything to the table. Just leave all the options as their default. Let's check this out on the report palette, or report tab. That looks very good there. We've got compact, minivan, sedan, SUV. All the numbers look good. So now the last thing that we have to do is union. Oops, I don't want. When you do the union, make sure you put report on top and then basic table second. You can adjust the order that these things show up in, but I think it's better just to get the order right the first time. So we union those together. Now back on the reporting tool palette, grab a layout tool. And you can see here, now we've got our map on top and our table below. But if they weren't in that order, you could, of course, switch the order. Not a big deal there. And finally, let's grab a browse tool. And let's run it. And hopefully, our report will look like the output. And there you have it. We've got our map. There's no title. We've got our map, we've got a legend, and we've got our table, just like that. And there's my solution to Alteryx Weekly Challenge number 218. We've got to use we built a color-coded map, we built a table, we summarized, we used the two-string formula in a way that I'm pretty sure most people haven't used it. Transpose and a crosstab working together. This is not a difficult challenge, but it had lots of components that I think were pretty interesting. But in any case, there's my solution, and thanks for watching. As always, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Data Coach channel for more awesome lessons on Alteryx and all things data, analytics, and visualization. Follow Data Coach on Twitter at AskTessellation and follow me personally at @JEmery_DataViz. Thanks again.